everybody, and welcome to Dynamic GT League Serpent Series for Race 9, the final race of the championship, and the final race of Connor as well. Joining us on commentary as we look at the standings is Ray. I hope you're well, Ray.
Oh yeah, I'm very well. Oh, look at that, Jesus Christ, 1 point between Demon R and Steve F1. That's a tight season, huh?
Absolutely. 1 point down to the last race. Winner takes all, pretty much. SGP got a bit of a gap over Art Pal. Only 12 points though. I'm not sure that can be overcome in this race. It's similar for Conrad with Art Pal. Formula Gary isn't too far behind either. But we're at 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. And everybody looks like they got the same start. Oh, Demon Eyes, he's trying to cover off SRI, who's bloody racing, for God's sake.
What happened to the grid walk?
You know, that's a good point, actually. Oh, Conrad. Oh, big tank slapper. You know what? That's a very, very good point. Apologies, everybody. Demon R still leading this SRI. Trying to go side by side. And, getting through. Is he? No, they're still side by side, heading to the Bullsand Straight. Well, okay, Ray, would you like to take us through the grid?
It's alright, just I think gave Demon R enough space there, maybe a tad too little. See if the stewards get picked up on that, as we're getting Nelly in third place now. Does SRI want to be in the front here, because I think all that slipstream he's given?
Absolutely, giving Demon R the slipstream, Demon R closing in, but we're looking at Nelly here. Nelly, no one behind. Packham, though, looking busy. Steve F1 behind SGP. Still Nelly's gone Melody. Oh my days, not as deep as
He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he's definitely,
an ambulance.
He's definitely dead. I think if he isn't dead, he's going to be going, Gary, you're her. But that's, a bit of a shame for Nelly, who he had his crash all on his own, didn't he? Actually recovered well. He's right behind Steve F1, who is in third now. So with us not having had a grid walk, as Jonathan Wass takes over in commentary, Steve F1 qualified about 5th, I think, something like that. More Packham's getting busy, which I think will happen a lot around this track, right, with those long straights.
Yeah, I'll just bunch them up as we see. There's a bit of gap back to Steve F1.
Here. He got sideways, didn't he, in the first couple of corners, so that crash has kind of helped him out, and I think it was Formula Gary that did collect Rich Blues, because they are both at the back, as Conrad bump drafting SGP. But you know what, Ray? It's a good tactic to use around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you for your fantastic analysis.
They'll help SGP catch Nelly and group them all together, and then there won't be that big gap in there, as we see Rich not wanting to help out in this situation, as he's fighting with is that Rich? No, it's Art Pal.
Art Pal.
They're side by side instead of bumming each other down the straight.
Absolutely. Conrad still giving SGP that little helping hand. It works for the both of them. Now this right hand kink is a fabulous set of corners. If you do go too aggressive through there, it will hurt the tyres, and you can easily get it wrong. I think in a race, especially in these cars, you're much better off just, courtesy lifting before the right hander. Helps out massively. Conrad has got ahead of SGP. If we saw that on the screen, I wasn't watching, even though that is my only job.
I don't know, I can't remember. But no, because Jason that wasn't that far back.
Yeah, okay, Jason having a look up the inside into the Porsche curves. It can be done side by side. This will actually help Conrad break away a little bit. Jason can't get a move done. Art Pal right there, Rich Blues and Gary closing back up as well. Art Pal's got a little bit wide. See if you can get it slowed down. Interesting, this left-hander
Oh, Rich is going for a move. Oh, I think contact.
Yeah.
I think Rich has left off and let Arpal through there as we come to the chicanes. These are okay, but if you get it wrong, it's tricky. Somebody on the pit, Arpal.
Yeah, Arpal is into the pits. Okay. Now we've seen him pit on lap 1 a couple of times in this championship with Jason. Now, well, interestingly, now, obviously, it won't really adjust to where the boost car will be, will it? Because he was already behind Jason and SGP. On the pack cam, we're looking at Demon R in second place with Steve F1 right behind him. Let's remember that the gap in the championship is only 1 point between Steve F1 and Demon R, with Demon R leading. It's Rich Blues having a little dance at Dunlop, and manages to keep going as Arpal gets into his pit box. It's a very long pit stop here.
Yeah, what was that, about 40 seconds or something?
Yeah, it's about 45 seconds. And if anyone's
wondering... Jason's a bit wide, is that going to be a penalty? Gary's up the inside, SGP stays to the right hand side. That would benefit him, but he's going for a move on SGP as well. Oh, and SGP will have the slipstream from Conrad, so how does Jason bum? Who does he bum? I thought he was a Menende there, but he just caught the back of SGP there.
Yeah, and here comes Rich Blues to give Gary a little helping hand. That could hang Jason out to dry a little bit. Can he get it turned in? Yes, he can. Okay, could be tricky here for Gary on the curve. No, they're all right. Yeah, Gary going for the move. In the end, didn't work, did it? Because he's dropped a bit further back. But with a little bit of slipstream, here comes Jason. Gary trying to hold his line there to get SGP's slipstream. I do at some point want to come on to why Arpal may have pitted on the end of lap 1. And that is because around here as we go 3 wide. Oh dear, close your eyes folks, I'm sure the drivers will.
Gary's back now. But Rich, by the looks of it. Jason's went a wee bit deeper on the brakes as he got side by side near enough with SGP near enough. There's a wee bit of contact from Gary and Rich.
Steve F1 has got a half-second penalty and he's actually closing in on Demon R as SRI opening the gap up a little bit. Now, yeah, so the tyres around here, with it being such a long lap, they don't last very many laps. Conrad's had a big off in the gravel. Oh, that's a disaster for him. Steve F1 closing in on Demon R as to make the way towards Indianapolis. But yeah, so 10 lap race, I can tell you, you can't split it evenly as Steve F1 is going for the move. Demon R didn't even attempt to defend that in any way, shape or form. Maybe, Ray, because Steve F1's got a penalty to serve after the next 2 corners.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought, sorry.
That's alright. Choo. Okay, tyres. Around here, Arpal pitted at lap 1 as it's very busy on the pack cam. That will allow him to then do 3 lap stints because the tyres will only really last 3 laps.
Is Nelly going to get Steve F1 with his half a second penalty? Sorry to butt in.
That's alright.
I don't think he's close enough, and maybe have a look at the whatever you call these, but is it Porsche curves?
It is, yes, and he is having a look. And he is going up the inside. Lovely move from Nelly, capitalising there. And then into my favourite, well, a few favourite corners. Love the Porsche curves, but it's actually the next left-hander that is my favourite corner around this track because it's so easy to lose time in this corner and run wide like Nelly has there. Oh, that'll be a penalty. That's so unfortunate. He's still defending, which he's got every right to do, but yeah, there we go, confirmation penalty he will have to serve. As on the back cam, Jason's still looking at the back of SGP, and I do still want to talk about tyres. Yeah, 3 laps, you may get 4 if you're lucky and look after them. Oh, Nelly! Oh dear, we've got pitters.
Why is there a picture of a flower on the roof?
Oh, I wonder if it's the War of the Roses flower.
as Jason's got a second penalty. So Gary's going to, if Gary sticks with him, he's going to be making up 2 places.
Yeah,
No, 1 place now.
Yeah, it's 1 place.
1
He's
place.
already ahead, yeah. Okay, so we've got a few pitters. SRI still going. So this is where we need to kind of look at drivers' tyres. So those that are pitting now have got an 8-lap race. Maybe they'll be able to look after their tyres and do a 4 and a 4 stint. We'll wait and see. I mean, looking at it, Gary here, you'd think he's got enough tyre to do another lap. However, as the lap progresses, the amount of tyre life he'll have probably won't be enough to get another lap without them running out. But then, as we've seen in this championship race, are drivers better off doing a bit of a lap with no tyres than doing an extra pit stop?
It depends how much the deficit is, to be honest, because that last sector of the track, it's twisty and you get no tyres, you've got no grip.
There's my brilliant analysis. Gary went a little bit wide. It's not the end of the world though, it's just a corner. It will have the boost in this position, and the 2 cars ahead have got penalties. Just to keep you updated on the pack cam, that is looking at the sort of leaders at the moment, and the gap between Steve F1 and Demon R, as the field has got a little spread out with those drivers that are hitting. Once again, it looks like Steve F1 on the pack cam may be closing in on Demon.
He looked a wee bit faster through that chicane, so let's see how he gets on. They're coming up to the hairpin, so let's see if he's light on the brakes in the hairpin. Maybe close to pit stop. Let's get as close as possible, see if we can jump him in the pit stops.
Looking at Nelly's tyres, got more wear on them than Gary's, but we did see Nelly have a big spin at the final chicane, didn't we? And I think that was because of running a bit wide and getting dirty tyres. So yes, Steve F1 definitely is closing in on Demon R. Steve F1's tyres aren't looking too bad, but I don't know if they'll do another lap without dying. SRI has really opened the gap, hasn't he?
Do you think he's given all he's got in this lap, use up the tyres to the pit stop and then go for a pit?
Yeah, maybe. Perhaps if they both pit here, do a slightly shorter fuel stop. We've seen Steve do that before. Of course, we've seen him do longer pit stops with the fuel early on to have a quicker pit stop later. Either way, for these two at the moment, if it finishes like this, Demon R wins the championship. If Steve F1 gets ahead, he wins the championship. Pat Cam, Gary and Jason getting very, very close as they made their way out of it. Steve F1's got a real good run here up towards the Porsche curves.
Demon are going to defend it as he's went inside. As Steve F1, I think he's looking for a switchback here, isn't he?
Maybe. I think with that corner, it's an interesting one. You don't really want to try overtaking on the outside. It's horrible. So if you want to defend it the inside. It's a nice line through the right hand, and then Steve F1 closing in through this left-hander. Oh, not that left-hander, that's Nelly, Gary and Artpal getting close. So Artpal, after pitting at the end of lap 1, is now right behind Gary, and Gary hasn't got a lot of tyre left. Is that so right into the pits?
Yep. Oh, Steve F1. Demon R's kept going.
Yeah. Oh, Gary! Whoa! Wow! He's almost that was a big sideways. I think he'll definitely be needed to head into the pits. So SRI used a bit more fuel than Steve F1, so perhaps using a bit more of the rev rate. Gary heading into the pits. Jason heading into the pits. Okay. Nelly into the pits. Holy crap! There's loads of them in the pits. Oh,
Demon R tyres aren't going to last a full lap, are they?
No, they're not.
So we'll find out if it's beneficial to go that extra lap on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the interesting thing here is, okay, so if Demon R's doing a 4th lap, then that would leave 6 laps, so that would be 2-3 lap stints. if Steve F1 and SRI and Nelly want to sort of match the amount of pit stops, they're going to need a 4-lap stint somewhere. So, yeah, this could get very interesting. There's got a lot of people in the pits, and I just want to mention, while things are a little bit spread out here, I just want to say that, you know how we tell jokes every now and again? Right? If you have any bowling pins, spare them.
If I got any bowling ones, spare you?
Yeah, spare them.
Alright.
Also, you know, like, obviously one of the reasons for anyone that doesn't know, the reason why the race video is a week late from that is because I've had the parents' dogs, as they were both having a respite. It's kind of closing in on SGP here. But I had a bit of a problem when I was taking the dogs for a walk every day. So every time I turned to the park, the ducks were biting the dogs.
Alright.
Yeah. I think it's because they're purebred.
Alright. As we see, Conrad late on the brakes, he's caught up massively on SGP there in the brake. Gets on into the first chicane. Is that first or second chicane? First?
That's the
First chicane?
Yep, it is the first chicane, and on the pack cam, SRI and right behind Jason, who's trying to pass Rich. SRI didn't give a bump draft there, but too close to doing Connor's got the run here. But saying that, would Connor be better bump drafting here? I think he would. And he is.
Yeah, just watching, sorry.
Commentating, not just watching. Okay, so yeah, Connor gets the move done there. So he bump drafted to the chicane, then made the move. It's a good tactic to use. SRI trying to get past Jason. Both of these are pitted. If Jason having closed the gap up on SRI, I'm guessing Jason didn't put a lot of fuel in. Steve F1 is trying to get past Rich Blues. SRI still trying to get past Jason. SRI in an interesting livery on his car. He's got his name and Conrod's name all over it. Interesting. Conrod needs to put SRI in this one. Okay, Steve F1 having got past Rick. Oh, SRI gives Jason a tag up the rear. Jason is okay though. Right, so yeah, this sort of pit exit out has kind of actually I think has helped Steve F1 massively here because it's closed the gap on SRI for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, with Jason holding up the full length of the straight plus the chicane. Oh, Jason try to squeeze SRI as much as he can now. Where's Steve F1 gonna go? Is he gonna bum Jason and annoy SRI, or is he gonna bum SRI? He's got nowhere to go. They're side by side. Oh.
Nowhere for Steve F1 to go. Jason stays ahead at the moment. Demon R is on the pack. There he is. He's got no tyres. He's got a little bit of one and a little less of another. I can only imagine that would have been.
Is he gonna get it round the chicane? Jason's still ahead. SRI's trying. He's got to watch because he's attacking, and then he's still got to defend. He's got Steve F1 behind him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is defending from Steve F1 as well. I mean, to be fair, maybe better off just waiting a few corners, because when they go past the pits, it'll adjust who gets the boost, and then they'll be able to perhaps attack and defend a little more casually. At the moment, though, through the Porsche curves into the left-hander. Is anyone going to go wide? No, everybody gets through there. Lovely, nicely done. Interestingly, though, Mark Palmer's pitted at this point, so he's going to have 6 laps left to do. So I do think his first lap stop was to then give him 3-lap stints. Conrad and SGP continue on, but these two have already pitted.
Jason's pitted.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so that could make things definitely better. Jason didn't put the fuel in at the last stop, did he? Because he only had 8%. So, well, let's see what happens when everybody comes out of the pits. SRI and Steve F1 have passed the pit exit, and Demon R is still in the pits at the moment. Well,
Yeah.
that's going to be a massive.
Well, that's what she said.
Okay, so SGP on at the back of Conrod. Here is SRI. So they've done one lap, but you can see how much tyre life is taken out of that from left for SRI. It's Blues there, Nelly as well, and there is Demon R. So fresh tyres, but I'm guessing 2-3 lap stints to Duray. While SRI and I think Steve F1 are going to have to do a 4-lap stint at some point, or do an extra pit stop.
Yeah. And if they do the extra one, this is where we'll might find out from those that have done the 4-lapper stint that if it's worth doing that less lap.
4 lap.
Yeah, extra.
Pit stop, yeah. I mean, the benefit for Demon R at the moment is that he's done his 4-lap stint. So, as we saw, the tyres will comfortably do 3 laps, so maybe he can push a bit more on these 3 laps. That's alright. They've got a penalty, and he's actually opened up the gap a bit to Steve F1. Rich Blues is being caught by Nelly, and Demon R making his way towards that chicane. See, the gap doesn't look too big there, but let's not forget, right now, Demon R is getting the boost. I think Rich Blues will be the first car without boost, so Nelly hasn't got boost because of how close he is to Rich, but he should still have fresher tyres, because Rich is a bit nasty. Are you trying to find jokes?
No.
Alright, what are you looking at? You want
Demon are on the back of Nelly here. He's going to try and get him before. Where is it we're coming down to? I can't remember this corner.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah. I think Indianapolis is the left-hander. Demon R's got the slipstream on the back of Blues.
Is that because if you get it wrong, you can end up in India?
Either that or you get whipped. Okay, Rich Blues, you can see his tyres are just sort of going. Demon R has got... Oh, Rich has got wide! Oh, okay, so we can see the gap though now between Steve F1 and Demon R. Side by side, these two go. Demon R would really do...
That's alright. Having his penalty, Steve F1 going to get him. As we can see him, he's closing in. That's alright, he's got to think what he's going to do at the Porsche curves.
And he is on the pack cam, now on the main screen. Yeah, Steve F1 is closing. If I was Steve F1, I'd go have a look at the inside. But SRI is covering that off. And Stephen R gives Nelly a bump draft, then moves to the inside on the pack cam. Backs out a bit to make sure he doesn't spin Nelly around. And through the Porsche curves, they all go. So that, you know what? I think Demon R and Rich Blues got a little bit wide in the right hander after Indianapolis. They've dropped off quite a bit, haven't they, from Steve F1 here. Nelly's run a little bit wide on the pack cam, and again.
Our cars were side by side.
Okay, Demon R just manages to get ahead. Nelly's tyres are okay, he can go for another lap. Sorry, Ray, what you were saying?
But because they were side by side, it kind of slowed them down a bit.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Oh, is Nelly able to keep it straight here? Yes, he is. Not like last time, as we've got Artpal's got a bit of a run out of that last chicane, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. With Rich Blues pitting, he's got freedom Artpal to put an attack on Nelly. Artpal's tyres fresher than Nelly's. Actually, Artpal pitted at the same time as Demon R. Conrod into the pits. Oh, Nelly! That's
Nelly.
the wrong way! Oh, no.
Was there contact, or do you think he just... I don't know.
I think he just lost it there, but I did just see, as we were looking back at the Dunlop curve, the skies are looking a bit grey.
Yeah. I see them.
Yeah.
The clouds are coming.
Right, they are. So SBB currently leading. He pitted lap 2, didn't he? So he's done a. Has he? No, this is 4 laps.
Oh, he was in before the lap before SRI.
Yes, he was. Yeah, so he was in lap 2. This is his 4th lap on this stint. Okay, so and if he pits at the end of this lap, he's got another 4-lap stint to do. Interesting. So SGP going for an early stop to get a jump, but then having 2 4-lap stints to do, that could be painful. We'll see how much of see if the gap between himself and SRI comes down much towards the end of this lap.
And it depends where his tyres go as well. If they go as he goes into the last sector, I don't know how many sectors there is here, that's going to cost him, but SRI's not got great tyres. He's got, what, maybe 2 laps? A push?
Maybe. Let's see, if they pitted now, they'd have 4 laps to go. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, if you've got to do a 4-lap stint at some point, would you do it in the middle? Would you do it at the end? It's a tricky one to know. I don't know if SRIs or Steve F1s would do another lap. Dean Lars.
Would it not make sense at the end to do it with less fuel, so your car weighs a wee bit less and your tyres aren't having to work as hard with that extra weight on?
It's a question with many answers. If you leave the 4-lapper to the end, you might struggle on tyres at the end. If you do the 4-lapper here now, then you might get a bit of boost, but you're going to get undercut. So, no, yeah, you can do it. So, if SRI, SGP and Steve F1 pit now, they will get a jump over Demon R, who's going to do another lap. But if they were to do another lap now, Demon R would catch them, and then they'd all pit at the same time. So it depends, do you want the boost or do you want the position? Yes, we'll find out. SGP and SRI's tyres have pretty much gone.
Well, that's SGP's tyres.
Yep. Well,
not seen SRI's yet.
Well, there was a flicker of them before we went to SGP, and they did not look very healthy. Okay, so SGP's front left has now gone. Just as he goes through the left-handers, that's okay, because the front right will give the grip, but it's here now where it's going to be hurtful. Arpad on the pack cam has got Nelly closing in on him. As it looks like SGP is going very slow through the left-hander. He's nowhere going near the edge of the track. He's definitely just trying to stay on the circuit. It's a shame we won't be able to see how much time we would have lost on the lap, because he's going into the pits. You can't guarantee you it was a slower lap. Okay, yeah, there's SRI's tyres. Okay, yeah, he's going for another. See, this is the trick up Steve F1. Same tyres, and in the pits he goes as well. And Demon R.
I don't check people's fuels going into the pits.
SGP was on 5, SRI 17, Steve F1 on 28. So Steve F1 may be able to jump SRI in the pit lane with a shorter pit stop. Conrad, I think he's going to have another pit stop to do as well. He's got great tyres at the moment, but I don't think they'll last. Gary needs to pit as well. If he pits now, though,
he's going.
He's
going on.
I think it's the right choice for Gary.
Jason's pitted.
Has he?
Yeah, I've seen him fly in.
Okay. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so Demon R, Arpal, Nelly. I would guess they're going to be pitting then at the end of this lap. Nelly's tyres aren't looking too great, but they should do the lap. Conrod's tyres look brilliant, but I don't think they'll get to the end because he pitted with about 5 laps to go. Gary is right there. And I think, I think for Gary it was the right choice to do the extra lap, because when he pits, he'll come out behind all the ones that have just pitted and will get plenty of boost. SRI and Steve F1. Steve F1 didn't get the jump, but he is right behind SRI, and they're both right behind SGP.
Yep. Oh.
Interesting.
Who? Oh, it's Gary's going to have the last one of the boosts, isn't it?
Gary's got the boost.
Yeah, no boost.
Yeah, SGP's the first with boost. So SGP, SRI, Steve F1 here. This could help them. Having boost at this point, if they take this out lap very, very cautiously, it will make it easier to do a 4-lap stint.
I don't know if SRI's doing it because he's brought a huge gap up on Steve F1 and closing down in SGP.
That is very, very true. Yeah, SRI has not read the script here. Demonard on the pack cap. I mean, what would be interesting here is how much of a gap these guys are going to have over Demonard when Demonard makes his next pit stop. Because well, these three will jump him because they were ahead of him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the only saving grace for Demonard at the moment is that he's got decent tyres, so he can sort of try and push it. Nelly, yeah, he's definitely got Artpal's got a half-second penalty. Demonard.
That's going to put him in the clutches of Nelly.
That it could do, yes. And now, interestingly, the fuel loads for the current front three could be critical when it comes to pitting. It can take a long time to put an extra 10% of the fuel in. See if people are pushing here. I don't think it's sort of
It's not on it. He's not on the edge.
No.
Like he's pretty calm and controlled here.
Okay, Rich Blues here then with a penalty. I don't know if he can get to the end on those tyres!
No.
Oh, and they've got gravel crash. I also don't know if he can get to the end of the fuel. Maybe. Okay, so Jason pitted at the same time as three of the 4 cars ahead of him. Jason's quite a long way back at the moment.
He had to put the fuel in, but has he put too much fuel in? Because SRI didn't have that amount of fuel in, did he? I could be wrong.
I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so after the Porsche goes, here Demonard goes, he's got this left-hander to go, then a bit of a wiggle, and I mean, you can tell he's pushing because he's taken a bit out of the tyres. Like you said, he's not on the limit, he's not pushing the boundaries into the pits. He goes then, and this is the championship deciding pit stop, isn't it?
As we see Artpal coming in.
If you just see how much fuel Artpal's got here, 15%. Okay, Nelly into the pits. Nelly's got 4%. He's going to have a longer pit stop. Conrad, he's going to need to pit again because he carry on.
Now he's coming on. He's like, nope, look at this.
Yep.
I'm coming in early.
But interestingly, he's already got half a tank of fuel, so Connor's going to have a quicker pit stop here. It's on the pack cap. SRI closing in on the back of SGP towards the final chicane as Gary heads into the pits with no tyres. But like I say, I think this was the right move for Gary because you'll get the benefit of the boost here and on a shorter stint. So here we go then. SGP, SRI, Steve F1 across the start-finish line to take the front 3 spaces in this race. There's Demonard sat there stationary as someone fills him up from the rear.
Yeah, and he'll be sitting there going, come on guys, hurry up, hurry.
Okay, interestingly, here comes Demonard then out of the pits behind Rich Blues, which sorry about going the gravel, didn't we? On the pack cap, SRI still on the back of SGP, all over the back of SGP actually. Yeah, okay, so you asked about the fuel earlier. Demonard's just put 92% to fuel, so I would guess the front 3 did have to fill their tank, so I think Jason is okay on his fuel. So here we go then, SGP with SRI right behind him. How are the tyres looking?
SGPs are looking okay then now. Well, we got 3 laps to go. I think you could get that in 3 laps.
Well, you know what? He's had about a quarter wear come on the front left, hasn't he? So yeah, if he does another 3 laps like that, he could be okay. Demon R closing in on Rich Blues on the pack cam. SRI's tyres. Oh, I thought they were SRI's tyres for a moment then. That's Demon R passing Rich Blues. Yeah, SRI's tyres may be looking a little bit more worn than SGP's that front left. Maybe I can take a bit more punishment. You compare Demon R's tyres to them, obviously you've got quarter better tyres, but
he's got a bit of a gap to catch up on,
yeah,
and he's got no boost.
that's true. Oh yeah, that is true. I tell you what, Ray, right? When we get onto the next lap, there's a certain marker where I'll get you to count the gap between Steve F1 and Demon R. So we'll see how this goes for now, with SRI still right behind SGP. Artpal closing in on the back of Rich Blues as well. So Artpal having pitted at the same time. Conrad didn't get any jump over Nelly on the pit stop, says Artpal making a move on Rich. But I'm guessing he must have closed the gap between Artpal. Hasn't made the move yet.
No. Do you get a sense that SRI's he's not attacking the SGP anymore? Because we've seen him coming out from the pits and he got pretty close. Oh, he's pretty close now. So
maybe it was a sort of backed off lap to look after the tyres, look after the fuel. On the pack cam, Conrad right up Nelly's bumper. Rich Blues is trying to close back in on Arpal.
oh, don't see SRI's tyres. It was too quick. Fucking hell, cameraman.
But Steve F1, yeah, not looking too bad as Nelly battling with Conrad still as they make their way into Indianapolis. Arpal is now ahead of Rich Blues. Rich's tyres are going. He's going to have to pit this lap.
Conrad took a lovely line and gave him the run on Nelly through that Indianapolis.
I hope you use both nostrils. Okay, now what have we got? Rich Blues side by side with Nelly.
the Charlie Hunter.
The Charlie. Okay, can they get past? Oh, Conrad's giving Nelly a bit of a bump draft into the Porsche curves. Oh, Rich had a bit of a wobble, but he's okay. So's Arpal, Nelly and Conrad. Okay, that's clever driving from Connor there, giving Nelly the bump draft and they both get out. Oh, on the pack up, Ray SRI's dropped off from the back of SGP.
That's quite a long distance. He's dropped off as well.
Right, that it is.
Was Serpent?
Maybe. Well, we can see the gap that Demon R has now opened up on this gaggle of cars here. Rich Blues wobbling. I think Rich going to the pits, get a new set of tyres, my friend. I think you need them on the pack cam. That's still SRI on the back of. Oh, Nelly's gone wide. Is he going to chuck it up the inside? Give him plenty of space, managed to just hold on. Didn't quite go off the track, and Rich did pit. He needed a few as well. Okay, Ray, on the pack cam, in a few moments, I'm hearing from the cameraman, they're going to look at Steve F1 before he goes into the right-hander, into the Mulsanne bend, and there's a barrier over the road. So if you can count the gap from that barrier to when Demon R gets to that barrier, that'll give us a marker of the gap between the two of them. There's your barrier. Okay, got all over the back of Nelly still. Arpal's gone a little bit wide, a little bit deep.
9 seconds.
Okay, so 9 seconds without any boost. Yeah, I don't know if that is doable. Conrad isn't bump drafting this time. Side by side he goes with Nelly. Who's Arpal going to give the slipstream to?
Let's see, he's giving it to Nelly. Maybe he thinks I can hold Nelly off better than he can Conrad. But they both are great drivers that can be aggressive in their own ways.
Yeah, I think that little bit of a slipstream though is enough to get Nelly ahead of Conrad. Conrad having to tuck back in SGP still ahead of SRI. That gap still a couple of seconds as Arpal's just had a massive proud moment. And yeah, Conrad will say thank you. Nelly would have been laughing.
Yeah, and now Conrad can just hang on to Nelly's slipstream now, so makes it a wee bit easier that there's nobody in front of them to give slipstream. Now Arpal's bumming Conrad, so we make relationships happen.
Yeah, that we do. Okay, so interestingly, the gap between SRI and SGP look bigger on the pack gap than it does there. Steve F1, he's still there, he hasn't dropped off. I think Steve F1 though maybe trying to look after his tyres. It's on the pack gap.
They're not a lap of tyres. Steve F1's got better tyres than SRI.
Okay. Well, okay, Demon R's got plenty of tyres left. But as we said, no boost in this position at the moment, as we're now 2 by 2 is Jason. It's took him a while to catch up to the pack, but here he is with a lap and a half to go in the fight. But he did pit a lap before these guys, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Neither
Too much been going on. You see, that pack cam, it looks like SRI's dropped a bit again.
It does look like it, doesn't it? I think it's just perspective, because yeah, Constantina looks like he's a lot closer. Conrad, Nelly side by side here. Arpal giving Conrad a bit of a bump on this occasion. That gets Conrad ahead. Nelly tucks it behind. And Nelly!
Go on, Nelly, go for it. He's going for it. Is he going to get it put down? No, he's not. He's
he's pulling over. There was a moment in that where I think Connor saw that he was coming in hot and tried to sort of turn out a bit, but unfortunately Nelly couldn't get it slowed down. Done the right thing there though, slowed down, let Connor back through, so there'll be no further action with regards to penalties, but it has cost them a bit of time. However, this is why the boost is such a good thing. For Nelly and Conrad, they can still get back in that battle with the pack. SRI.
And also Conrad, if he was to slam on the brakes even more, it would just lock up and he'd be go sliding, so he couldn't really slam on the brakes.
Absolutely. I've just seen the front three's tyres. They're not looking great, if I'm honest. Neither are Jason, so I think Jason he's on a 4-lap stint here. So Connor all over the back of him. SRI on the back end once again, really closing that gap in. As Formula Gary sits in 9th place. I'm looking at the pop before the curves and bridge blues. Serving a
1.5.
Oh, look at his tyres. Oh dear.
What's SRI's tyres like?
It's getting dark and gloom. You know what? If we were to get rain now, that would absolutely kill the guys that have got limited grip. Okay, right, remember Ray, pack cam, Steve F1, that same barrier. We'll have another look at that gap I'm hearing from the cameraman. So SGP trying to fend off SRI, and I think Arpal trying to fend off Conrad, or is it Jason and Nelly? Maybe, but here we go. SGP's got hardly any tyres left. So the barrier coming up that we'll mark it from. While Ray counts, probably using his fingers. I do that for laps. SRI's got to run if he's got any tyres.
5.
Oh, okay.
5.
Wow, okay, so if it was 9 and it's now 5, it came down 4 seconds.
SRI's not got any greater tyres than SGP, but he's going for it, he's looking.
He is looking. You know what though? Demon R, even if it's 4 seconds a lap faster, Steve F1's tyres aren't great either. They're a little better, they're about twice as good as SGP's though. But SRI going a bit deep. Okay, I don't think this championship is over, but like I say, even if Demon R goes 4 seconds a lap faster, it's not fast enough to catch Steve F1. On the pack cap, Jason losing out a bit to Conrad. Jason's tyres are going to be suffering. Oh, you can see Demon R's lights in the background. Okay, there's only about 95 more corners to go. I hope everybody's got enough fuel. Yeah, so take a drink, take a breath, because this could get messy. Conrad on the back of Arpal. Is he going to go for the boot? Yes, he is. On the pack cam, up the inside he goes. That's all right. He's got the run on SUP this time.
When's he going to do the move? That's the thing. He's switched it.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get the inside into the Mulsanne hairpin. Conrad made that move on Arpal. Their tyres are going to be about the same. SGP's tyres are just as knackered as SRI's tyres. Like you said earlier, when will they go off? Because when they do go off, they're going to be slow. Steve F1, he's still not far away from this. Maybe that's saving of a bit of tyre.
Well, Demon on the background as well.
Yeah.
This is all for what's that song? All for one or something?
I don't know.
Brian Adams.
The Robin Hood song. Okay, SGP, SRI, side by side, heading down towards Indianapolis. The pack cam's busy. There's 2x2 with Arpal and Conrad. SRI trying to make the move here. SGP trying to stick it up the inside. Ray says, I'm having none of that. I do the sticking, thank you very much.
And SGP had a wiggle in that sector. Oh, listen to the tyres, they're squealing.
Nelly's around. I think Nelly may have got tagged by Jason. Nelly's been spun around. Maybe it wasn't Jason. Maybe Nelly did it on his own. Okay, what we got? Okay, no front left tyre.
SGP's just gone.
Yeah, okay.
He's gone.
We got. Okay, now we're into the wiggly section. This can't be big.
For
Demon Up. Yeah, this Steve F1's
sure?
still got some tyre. He knows he's gonna be. He's gonna make a move on SGP. He could gap Demon Arm. Look at how big the gap is. Demon Arm's not making that up. Steve F1.
SGP's trying to keep it in. Sorry, Steve F1 trying to keep it in the track limits there. He's going round outside. He's not making it.
No, that's all. SGP. Oh, hang on, Demon Arm's going. That's all right. Got a bit of a gap to SGP. Demon Arm's on the back of Steve F1. Arpal's ahead of Conrad. SRI into the final chicane. Can he get it slowed down? He's not.
No, he's fucked it.
So is SGP. The Demon Arm's on the side of Steve F1. SGP's off.
He's got a penalty.
Side by side. Demon Arm's on the outside. Oh my goodness me. What the hell? SGP's still struggling. Arpal, Conrad get past. What the hell has just happened, Ray?
SRI's got a second penalty. Is Demon going to get SRI as well?
No, he hasn't. He's first and second. So he's first and second confirmed.
Is it confirmed yet, though?
Yeah.
Does it not have to wait?
No, it shows it on. Oh no, you're right. No, I think it shows it straight away on the flag once they cross the line. I think it adjusts it. Nelly going to cross the line. Oh, he's out of fuel. I wondered why he was going slow. Rich Bluey Brown across the line. Wow, what a race! So yeah, SRI showing his Conrad livery, channeling his inner Conrad to take the victory. Race 9 winner. But yeah, do want to emphasise again though, thank you to Conrad for his time in the DGT League and all his efforts. And I mean, two main things: massively improved his driving, absolutely brilliant, fantastic to see. But he's also a really nice guy. Whereas you, Ray, you're a hurt.
A what?
You're a hurt.
Uh-huh.
You're a hurt. Yeah, it's Swedish. Yeah.
Not bad.
For a cunt. But you're a cunt. I was only joking. But yeah, thank you to Connor. Oh my day, I need a breather. Anything to say about that race, right? Or to say about Connor?
Oh, that was a good race. Jesus, that last sector alone, Jesus. But yeah, hats off to the guy. I thought there was a message supposed to show up or something.
It was on that picture.
I just said thank you.
Yeah, a picture of Conrad that says thank you, Conrad.
Alright. I thought you meant you said a message, not a fucking picture with 2 words on it.
3 words. Conrad's a word.
I'll give you 3 words.
Yeah, thank you. What 3 words? Thank you, Conrad. I mean, we did talk about it a lot last week, and for anyone that doesn't know, okay, we're recording this on Friday evening. That's when we've been doing commentary for the last few years. And yesterday, on the Thursday, we had a Bash for Conrad night on GT, where Conrad was able to pick all of the cars effectively, and then he had to try and get away in the race. So we had a good laugh last night. It was good fun. And Connor isn't going to be disappearing fully because we are still going to be playing footy with him. We're going to play with his balls and stick them in the ball bag. So, Ray, what's the next track?
I don't know. It's the next season. We got a 2-week break. We've already had a week break.
We have already had a week break.
But it's Radical we're racing in. Settings to be confirmed. I know a couple of the admins had to go to try out some settings. A couple of us weren't available at the time, so see how it works. If there's a couple available to go and do something, then we'll all get together as well and we'll have our thoughts on it, and then maybe next time it's a different couple of admins that go and mess about with the settings. Yeah. So it's always going, it's never really stopping, is it?
That's true. But like I said, sort of during the race video as well, with me having not been at home for the last week, obviously I've not been able to get on and do anything. And I will just mention as well, alright, I'm thinking, should I add in the grid walk? But I think we just leave it now, it's too late. But the reason I've missed the grid walk, I don't know if you heard this story, but you know, after the last race, as normal, us admins, we go and record the race footage, where we record the race main screen footage and the pack cam footage, and I record the pack cam. So I decided to take my PC to my mum and dad's so that if I had the time, I could edit the footage together while I'm there. Turns out I didn't really have the time, so I thought it's okay, no problem. So I came to edit the footage together on yesterday, on Thursday, yesterday, because I forgot Wednesday. I was like, okay, alright, I need to do the race footage so we can do commentary. As I'm putting it together, I'm like, where the hell's the pack cam footage?
You left it on your PS5.
I had my PS5 with me here, so I went on my PS5 to export my pack cam footage. I couldn't find it. It would appear that last week I
didn't record.
You
might have recorded and didn't save it.
Well, that's the thing. I either didn't press record, and when we finished, I had to rush off to go and look after the dogs. So I either pressed record, I either didn't record it and didn't think about saving it either, or I did record it but jumped straight off the PlayStation, and if you do that, it doesn't save the footage. So I had to sit here yesterday with the main screen footage on one screen while I'm trying to record the pack cam footage, by looking at what the main screen is on and going, right, well, I don't want to be on them, I'll go on some others. But thankfully you wouldn't notice it. Guess what happened when I got to the end of recording the pack cam footage?
Corrupted?
Nope.
What?
I'd forgot to press record.
Barry.
Yeah, luckily though, I was able to save the last 60 minutes of what was on the PlayStation, so I was able to get it. But that is why we didn't have a grid walk, because I forgot to record the grid walk. So literally, I recorded the pack cab, put it on, and whacked it together. I didn't even think. It does now. I do now understand why, when editing it, there was a big gap between the race current standings and the banner that goes across the bottom that has like all the details on. Yeah, big gap in the edit there. Not seen by everybody else, but big gap on the edit there. That I thought, why is that all the way over there? That needs to move across and butt up to that bit. Yeah, big gap, because there should have been a video clip in there. But there we go. I can't tell you though, Demon R got pole position.
So you missed your grid walk. You fucked up your pack cam.
Yep.
I think that new name you've got in admin chat is getting there.
What new name? I don't know of a new name.
Other part-timer.
Alright, I'll have to have a look.
So we've got Steve F1 as part-timer, we've got you as the other part-timer, and then we've got SJP as the other part-timer.
Okay, now, what are you? Race winner.
I can't.
Yeah, you're her. But yeah, oh dear. Okay, so just want to quickly mention, the next championship race night is changing. So our next championship race is should be on the 18th of November. Which reminds me, actually, we do need to let the drivers know what the schedule will be for what the admins are doing. So I might as well quickly mention it off the top of my head now. So there is going to be a little bit of a change. Obviously, we're racing on Monday night. The admins are going to record the footage, if I fucking remember to press the button, after the race, as per normal. The drivers would normally have, like, from Thursday to Friday midnight to put any reports in. However, that is going to change. You'll have until Monday midnight to put a report in. The reason for that is because we'll be doing the stewarding on a Tuesday, and me and Ray will also be doing the commentary on a Tuesday. So that's why the reports need to be in by midnight Monday, because the stewarding will need to be done on the Tuesday. Wednesday we're not really available. Thursday is going to become the practice night, and once we've done what we would normally do in practice, we'll probably stay on for a few random races as well. The race footage should still be coming out on a Sunday, so nothing should change there. The only real things for the drivers is knowing about the Monday deadline.
The Monday and the... Oh right, the deadline. Yeah,
the deadline and the change days, but yeah. Was there something else I wanted? Oh, I suppose I should clarify as well that because of what happened in the last portion of that race, Demon R managing to finish marginally ahead of Steve F1 does take another championship. I mean, I don't think we have ever... I mean, we've had...
What?
Go on.
Go on.
I was going to say, I don't think we've ever had a championship decided on the last corner of the last race.
If you're asking me to remember, you're fucked.
I am asking you to remember.
I'm just annoyed I came back for a race and it got overshadowed.
yeah, you did. Well, yeah, okay, well done. Well done on that one. So I tell you what, in honour of SRI, I did make a promise in the chat that I was going to get involved. Well, yeah, that you definitely did that. Well, in honour of you and your race win, here's a quick message for you.
Scotsman and Jimmy
your name. I'm a...
They've got rid of the knocking
What knocking?
on the door.
Oh, did I get rid of it?
Oh, it's not there on mine.
I know, because mine's is from a different server.
Oh, well, you're not bad then. Well done. Right, seeing as this is the last commentary of this championship, Ray, have you got any bowling puns?
No, I never even... what do you
Thought
call
about
it?
it.
I never
Considered
even
it.
got jokes. I forgot to get jokes.
Well,
So, yeah, but... Yeah, massive shout out to Conrad. He will be missed a wee bit, and when we... Well, we will be coming down when we go and see him, so...
you can go down on Conrad. We're going up.
Nah, that'll be... he better lock up his wife, you know.
Absolutely. She's going to end up with twins.
Charlotte, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, we're definitely...
She'll be listening to this and going, he's not coming fucking here.
Yeah, you're not coming in our house. Okay, a little bit of info for you. You know that means that there's a joke coming. I have a new talent. I can cut a piece of wood in half just by looking at it.
Cut a piece of wood in half by just looking at it.
Yep, I can cut a piece of wood in half just by looking at it.
What's the punchline?
Well, you might not believe me, but I saw it with my eyes.
Alright.
Mm.
You know, if I cut my fingers, you'll forget you were gay.
Really? Go on.
You've seen that one.
No, I've no idea what you're on about.
I cut my fingers, so you gay?
I don't get it.
I think I fucked up anyway.
I think you might have done.
Yeah.
But it's alright.
Are you gay?
No.
Yeah, see, you forgot you were gay. It worked.
What? You've completely lost me. It's alright, I'll let you off. It's not often you confuse me with a joke.
And that's because you're not
Scottish.
you're not yourself.
Alright.
You're not gay anymore.
No. What I can say.
Yeah,
What I can
but
say.
yeah,
That was a shit joke, Ray. I'll tell you, that was your worst ever joke. Now, if I didn't get it, fair enough. But that was a shit joke. But it's okay though, because a friend of mine said he doesn't understand cloning. But I told him that makes two of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we should
End it there.
massive shout out to everyone involved. Big one to Conrad, so he'll be missed, and not to be a stranger. Even on a Thursday, there's practice on. Come in and I won't be there, so come in and have a laugh with the boys and whatnot, and we'll catch you on. But Bob being a greedy bastard, but
Yep, absolutely.
That's no different to the other three.
Yeah. Hey, I always try and pass it. I just cock it up. Right, okay. As you mentioned, yeah, next championship's in the Radical. The tracks will be announced very, very soon. I think we may be trying to get together over the next few days to perhaps look at those. So yeah, information will be coming as soon as we can on that. Can also let you know as well that the discussions for the championship after that are also underway. So once we know what they'll be, we can also let you know about that. Should quickly mention as well, the next championship is probably going to span over the Christmas period. So obviously we will have some dates where we're not racing, but we'll clarify all of that as we get a little bit closer to it. Also, I know we've talked a bit about the ARC race, the annual. I forgot what the R stands for.
Annual
Rivals Challenge.
Yeah.
Which is basically where we take Boost off and we go and have as good a race as we can have.
We're not doing it this year, are we? We're just going to go rally, aren't we?
Yeah, on the snow. Well, I know there was discussions, a minor discussion between the admins of maybe us changing that from being done around Christmas to having it done a bit more towards the middle of the year. Reason being, if it takes up a date before Christmas and we have a championship span Christmas, then we end up with a bigger break in the middle of a championship we'd rather not have. So we
also, I think we're not looking at it. Nah, it's alright. It's all in light boxing now. It needs to be taught more. I'm nearly giving away too much information. You not cut my mic yet? You not said fuck you?
No. Right, on that bombshell, Ray, as always, thank you very much for joining us on commentary. It's been a blast.
I was only fucking kidding, for fuck's sake.
I'm not.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to yourself, Steve F1, SGP, doing work behind the scenes as well, and also to drivers. Big shout out to drivers. The league wouldn't be without without them. I know it was set up just as just to friends to race, and it's kind of friends to race, but there's a wee bit of competitive been added into it.
Yep.
And big shout out to Conrad once again. Catch him the next time.
Absolutely. Right.
Imagine quitting all your leagues for ours.
I know. What fool would do such a thing? Right. On that cheery note, let's take a look at the confirmed race result and the championship standings.
Hello.
So as we say goodbye to Ray and hello to SRI, the race winner, do we really want him back if he's going to start winning races? I guess we'll have to wait and see. To be fair though, SRI has had a brilliant race there to take the win. Came down to a right battle at the end as well. Demon Art stealing through in the final corner to take second place. Almost got the win actually, because SRI did get a penalty, a half-second penalty, which was extended to a second penalty. That's what happens on the last lap. But he was able to still be ahead of Demon R by half a second. So SRI took the win by that small margin. Demon R though stealing that second place off Steve F1 in that final corner to take the championship. Heartbreak there for Steve F1, but he was able to cross the line in third place. Art Pal has done extremely well with this championship. Finished in the top three on quite a few of the races. Fourth place here though, managing to get ahead of SGP, as a few did on that last sector of corners. I think SGP got reset. Conrad, fifth place for him in his final race in the DGT League. Once again, we wish our best to Conrad and thank him for his sacrifice. Jason, sixth place. Recovered well towards the end there to get that. SGP, he was in second place, battling for that until the final chicane. As I mentioned, I think he got reset as well, as he was trying to, when he was going off, and he did say afterwards he was trying to avoid causing any carnage. He had no control on those knackered tyres. Seventh place for him. Formula Gary, a brilliant championship for him. He's done extremely well here to cross the line in eighth place ahead of Nelly, who ran out of fuel on that last lap. Ninth place for him, finishing ahead of Rich Blues in 10th place. Okay, let's see then what that's done to the championship standings. And as I mentioned, Demon Art taking the championship. That is now 11 gold stars. I wonder what number he'll have on his car in the next championship. 3 points ahead of Steve F1. Over the course of this championship, Demon R and Steve F1 have been swapping that first place so many times in the last 4 races for certain. But yeah, very tight battle, absolutely brilliant championship between the two of them. But let's not forget, SGP was right in the hunt for that championship as well, up until a couple of races ago. So the top 3 there have had an absolutely fantastic championship. Art Pal finishing in 4th place. As I mentioned a moment ago, he's had a really good championship, and it shows with his points there. Also, I mean, has missed a couple of races as well, so it just goes to show how good a championship he's had there. Good improvements from him. Conrad finishes in 5th place on 100 points, and yeah, he's had a brilliant championship once again. Showed a very different style of driving, which is absolutely fantastic, and I don't doubt that if he does get racing somewhere else, he will be a threat to any of the race winners wherever he may end up. Formula Gary, as I mentioned, has had a brilliant championship, and it shows once again here for him. 6th place, 74 points, managed to just hold off Jason, who closed that gap down to 3 points. Jason once again missing a couple of races. I think Gary might have missed one as well, but very close battle between the two of them. So well done to Gary and well done to Jason. Nelly, unfortunately, a couple of times running out of fuel in this championship, and without that, I think would have scored considerably more points, but 8th place finish for him. I mean, one of the downsides for Nelly actually is because he's racing using a VR, I do believe it's a lot harder for him to see what his fuel situation is. So yeah, I mean, that would have a factor on his fuel situation. I mean, obviously when he's in the pits it's easy to see how much fuel to put in, but it's when he's on the track he might not be able to see just how much fuel he's burning or saving. Jimmy has done well, 9th place at 63 points. Again, missed a few races, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, very close between himself and Nelly. Twilight struggled a bit this championship, not with his driving, just with being able to attend and with his legs, so wasn't able to use his wheel as much as he would like. Rich Blues had a bit of a tough one, a couple of spinny winnies, but 11th place, 38 points, not that far off Twilight, but he will be disappointed that Jimmy has finished nearly 30 points ahead of him. Jimmy, I'm sure you'll wind him up about that one. Critical finishing in 12th place, as we've mentioned all the way through this championship, though issues with his wheel early on, which resulted in him just not being able to race. The wheel has been sent off for repair, I believe, though, and he has said he should be back in the next week or two, so hopefully we'll see him on the grid for the next championship. SRI with his one and done, like wham bam, thank you ma'am, turns up, one race, wins, does well. So I mean, is that a sign of the future? Could SRI be changing his brown stars or adding it to his brown stars with a gold star? Time will tell. Bob hasn't been able to race his championship, which is a shame, but it has meant that Hay, with a couple of races that he was able to do, does finish ahead of him in 14th place, and hopefully we'll see Hay back on the track soon. Let's not forget, or should I say, well, definitely let's not forget, it is Remembrance Sunday today, and for those that don't know what that is, it is about remembering our fallen, for those that gave their lives in World War II, I believe, to give us the freedoms that we have today. Thank you for your time and your service. Okay, what I was going to mention as well is just a reminder that, yeah, our race days are going to be changing to a Monday, but for you, the viewer, it won't affect the day you can watch the races on a Sunday. going forward with the Radical. Now, earlier in this commentary, actually, at the end of the race, me and Ray were talking about we haven't confirmed the standings now. I can tell you that has now been, not the standings, the settings, they have now been confirmed, and they will be provided or presented to the drivers very, very soon, because it's first practice this coming week. So we've got some interesting tracks, some interesting settings, and yeah, we'll see how we get on in the Radical, of which we are going to need a name for that championship. I'm sure we'll come up with something questionable. Right, for those of you that have been joining us for these championships recently, I just want to say thank you very much for watching and hopefully finding what we do entertaining. Admittedly, the jokes are bad, but that is intentionally so. Right, that's it. Enough waffle. Time to go and have a beer. Thank you very much for watching. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and we'll see you all again soon.